What up, everybody? Welcome to the broadcast tonight. This is PDubs. Thanks as always for hanging out upstairs with us. And this is PDubs Arcade Loft, man. We're in a good mood. And why are we in a good mood? Well, Mike, let me tell you why I'm in a good mood. Everyone say hi to Michael B, the Game Genie in the live chat. The Game Genie is joining me. So some people might remember from streams in the past, I mentioned that it's CES week, and a couple of our buddies are up in CES and they're having a good time, but I couldn't go, and that's because my wife, my son's girlfriend, flew to Alabama to meet up with her mom, her grandma, her uncle. They're doing like a family getaway vacation kind of thing. And sure, I was invited, but boarding three dogs is expensive and a pain in the ass. You know what I
You
mean?
have 3 dogs?
I have three dogs. I got a pit bull mix, a husky mix, and a German shepherd mix. I got three dogs. And whatchamacallit, anyway, so boarding the dogs, all that pain in the ass, plus I took time off for work for the holidays. I didn't want to take another week off so quickly in January, so I stayed home. So Mike, that means I am home alone with arcades, which is the title of this stream. I'm home alone with my arcades. It's just me, the dogs, and the arcades. Isn't that cool, man? And tonight, they left this morning, so tonight's the first night. All right, so we're gonna have a lot of fun over the next 5 days or so.
Why are you streaming for, man? If I was you, I'd be butt naked playing that Labyrinth pinball right now.
Well, I actually, I had have to work like everyone
Yeah.
else, so I worked all day and let the dogs out a bunch of times and stuff. But now that I'm off work, I figured I'd play on the internet for just a few minutes, catch up on CES 2024. Talk a little bit about some home arcade stuff, and I'll probably finish editing a video that I was supposed to publish today, but I'll probably not get it out till tomorrow. So all that stuff. Let's see who's here in the live chat for this impromptu live stream. We sent an invite to the boys. We don't know if the boys will hop on. If I don't know if they're still at CES or not. When this stream is over, there's plenty of streams going on out there for you guys to join, so no worries there. Jasmer's here. Galaga guy's here. Jason's here. Carl's here. Quentin's here. The Cornercade is here. He was here. Sometimes he says he's here and then he disappears.
Well, he's got to go. That's his catchphrase. Let's go to somewhere else.
He ran away somewhere. Stock Jock is here. Charlie Chuck is here. Twisted Chris is here. Twisted just rickrolled the gaming community over on his channel.
Oh no, everything in that video was 100% real. I can confirm.
Oh man, those are the kind of streams. Those are very bold. It's a bold move, Cotton, doing that, Chris. That's a bold move because man, people don't like jokes in this community, so he's probably gonna lose some subs over that, but I thought it was hilarious because I expected it, because I know Twisted. I know Chris. Chris and I are, kind of friends behind the scenes, and I knew he was trolling us. Right when he messaged me earlier in the week and sent me the link, he's like, dude, I got this big stream set up. It's like, dude, you're messing with me. This is a troll job, isn't it? So I was pretty sure he was trolling, but it was still funny. You got to have a sense of humor in this day and age, I guess. Jason here as well. Jason, can you do me a favor in the live chat? Can you throw my Discord link in the live chat? The Discord's really taking off, guys. We're closing on 150 members already in just a few days, a little over a week, and we're having a blast. And what's really cool is, when you first started Discord, Mike, I am Keno. When you first started Discord, usually you got to like kick off and get the conversations going and all the various channels and stuff. People are shy. It's like the first day of school or when there's a substitute teacher in. It's like, don't be afraid to speak up. This is a community forum. So you got to kickstart conversations. And now, because so many people have joined, people are just talking, 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 talking. You know what I mean? It's great. So the Discord's really taken off. It's a pretty cool Discord. Um, whatchamacallit, there you go. Yep, come join PDubs Place. The link is in the live chat right now. We're having a really good time in my Discord. Mike, how you been lately?
Oh, really good, man. Life's good. I'm at 10 and a half hours into Super Mario RPG, so just about to clue that bad boy up. I'm level 47 in Diablo 4 now, so things are going
Shit.
pretty good with that. Yeah, I've been playing
All
the
right.
hell out of it, man.
Well, two things. Number one, Super Mario RPG I played through and beat. Took me a little over 12 hours. So you're right at the end. I really enjoyed it as a remake of the old Super Nintendo game because I liked that game back when it came out. You guys know me, I love my RPGs. But I heard a rumor that they're going to do a full-on like sequel,
Oh, that'd be
brand
dope. Yeah,
brand new game and
yeah.
modernize it even more and stuff. And I can't wait for that. I think that'll be cool. I think that'll be cool. Now Diablo, I'm only about 10 hours into Diablo 4 on my Steam Deck. So Mike, you're crushing me. You're 47 hours in.
No, I'm at level 47. I'm about 40 hours
Oh,
in. Yeah,
you're about 40 hours in. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm only about 10 hours into Diablo. I forget what level I am at. Oh,
Oh, I
but
got some premium shit going on right now. It's really good. I can't believe I've never played a Diablo game before.
well, what stinks about it is my backpack keeps filling up, and then I gotta drop stuff, and then I
No,
gotta grab more stuff.
you go to your stock chest and you can buy more space.
Oh, you're just throwing it all in the stock
No,
chests.
I'm selling a lot of it.
Yeah,
Anything that I can't put a gem in and affix to, I just sell it.
yeah. What class are you playing as, Mike?
Barbarian. I
I'm
always
playing
got to play as
as
the barbarian. Don't want to play as anything else. I just want to be a hulked up dude killing people.
yeah. I'm playing as the guy that can turn into a bear and a wolf. What is that class?
Nostalgia.
I'm playing as a Nostalgia.
So the funny thing is, I got to tell you guys this. Nostalgia wrote us earlier today, and he's like, "Hey guys, big show tomorrow. I got to do some testing of my setup to make sure everything's fine. Are you guys going to be free tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll help you." Nope,
Yep.
I'm here on stream with PDubs.
Arizona Arcade wants to know, have I tried Battle Chasers Night War yet? So I bought it. It's on my Steam Deck. I downloaded it, installed it on my Steam Deck, but I haven't played it yet, my friend. So let me beat let me play a little bit more Diablo and then I'm gonna play it. So I gotta get going on Diablo.
Oh, there's too much shit, man. Like I am
Yeah.
so backlogged with games right now. I'll never get through them. I bought RoboCop Rogue City, and I bought what is it? Both those Star Wars games that star the guy who played the Joker on Gotham.
I don't know the actor's name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the Jedi Survivor, and then the first game. I bought both of those during the Steam sale.
Yep. Cornercade says, guys, you have the same gaming chair. Let's go. We do. We have the big boy chairs. So Mike and I are husky gentlemen. Husky's the nicest way we could say it.
Oh, I'm fat. Make no bones about it. I got to lose some weight.
So as the husky gentleman, we can't get your typical $100. I've gone through several of those $100, gaming chairs that only take up to like 200-pound weight class. You know what I mean? I'm about 240. So sure enough, like they work great out of the box, but after a couple of months, all of a sudden the air pumps break, and every time you sit in it, the chair just starts lowering. You know what I mean? Like the chair just starts acting up. These things have a weight limit on them of like 400 or 500 pounds. So what's great about these chairs is I've had this chair for almost 8 months, 9 months, Mike, and it hasn't broken on me, man. Twisted Gaming with a $5 super chat. Y'all have a great show. Sorry for people that got mad. Sometimes you have to throw entertainment out. Peace and hair grease. There you go. Well, I know Twisted was just trying to rickroll everybody. So, but we'll see. Some people are going to be mad at him.
There was a comment there from Pitbull to
Which one?
1003 from Pitbull.
This one.
Yeah.
Do we really have to put that on the live stream? There might be there might be children with there might be people with children present, Mike. Like Tyler.
I'm
Tyler right here.
terrible. I'm terrible.
Tyler's got a brand new baby at home.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tyler.
They don't want to read that on the live stream.
I'm sorry, Tyler.
Scott's here as well. Scott loves pinball content. It's kind of funny how some people are against it, but what's really interesting about pinball is I've noticed there's some people trying to start this anti-pinball movement. Like, don't talk about it, don't make content on it. And it's weird to me because last I checked, we were all into retro gaming and arcades. I don't know about the arcades you guys went to, but the occasional arcade I went to over the last 40 years, there was a
And
pinball
pinball
machine in there.
machines, yeah.
They had a pinball machine in there,
No,
and we played them. So I don't see the problem with it. I do completely understand that the cost of pinball is so high that
to
some people,
own,
yeah,
yes.
to own, that some people might feel like I'm never going to buy this product
It's an
anyway. But
elitist type thing, maybe they feel.
yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully my content doesn't come across that way. Uh, but I mean, I can't speak for other channels, but
I
you
will
know,
say I do have some similar experience. I mean, I started doing YouTube
yeah,
as mainly a retro gaming channel focused on like
yeah,
NES, Super Nintendo, and stuff. And then I got really interested in home arcade. And I had a similar lashback because people were like, I want you to make more videos. I mean, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still very interested in arcade one up. They have to release some products. If they don't release any products, I don't have any news or anything to review because I'm not interested in what they're doing. So
yeah.
if they don't release some new stuff, I'm not going to make videos on that stuff. I'm going to make videos on the other stuff I'm interested in at that time and buying.
I
So it's
agree.
not like I'm not interested in arcades or arcade one ups. It's I'm waiting for some new cabs and some XLs. You tell me when
Yeah,
that's there. I'll make more content on that.
there you go. Scott here with $2. Pinball content is fantastic. Go Venom. Just got here. What did PDubs do to get canceled this time? Did I get canceled? Oh man, I get canceled every week by these guys.
Everybody
I'm not
does.
I'm not I'm not allowed to talk about anything anymore. It's crazy. But the way I look at it is if people are making videos about new pinball games, like real pinball machines that are out there in the wild, like, brand new Stern, Jersey Jack, Barrels of Fun. I mean, guys, I'm going to have a video about Labyrinth coming out. And if you're not interested in it, you don't have to watch it. That's the beauty of YouTube.
Yeah,
Uh,
100%.
but the way I look at it is if people are making that content to raise awareness of these games, it helps keep the pinball community growing. I mean, the pinball community has always survived through the years. But COVID really knocked the hell out of a lot of arcades. So if people are making content saying, "Hey, man, there's this awesome new," let's just say, for example, because I personally don't think it's awesome. There's this awesome new Jaws game that's coming out, right?
Yeah.
If that motivates somebody to get off their couch and drive to their arcade and spend 5-10 bucks and play Jaws and maybe have a good time and support the arcade, keep the arcade going, keep pinball going. Like, to me, I think that's why people are doing what they're doing. And I think some people are trying to twist it into people are trying to force you to buy something. I'll tell you what, guys, I've been watching I'm a viewer too. And I've watched videos where people review products that cost five figures, and I've never once been like, oh man, I pulled out my wallet, Mike, and I made the purchase because that guy made a video and I watched it. And no one's being forced. I hope that
I
makes sense.
feel like Cool Toy has forced me to buy several things.
Well,
No,
maybe
I
he
just
has.
really like his videos. It gets me
Yeah,
hyped. But
maybe he has. Maybe he has.
I'll be very upfront about this. Back when I bought Godzilla and I
Yeah.
sold off a lot of my arcade one ups
Yep.
because I was cutting out space. Same thing happened. There was a bunch of
Yep.
people said, "Oh, you guys are all getting out of this, and you're all stern shills now." And I'm like, the hell is wrong with everybody, man? Like, it literally costs $1 if you have an arcade by you to go play pinball. Like,
Yeah.
we're talking about pinball because we like it. We're not
Yeah.
telling anybody to go
So
buy pinball machines. Just
so f- so
play
for
it, and
instance,
if you don't want to, don't.
yeah. So for instance, one thing that we really don't cover is we don't cover some of these real arcade because guys, companies are still releasing brand new arcade games. Not very many people in this home arcade space actually talk about them. Like, yeah, if they go to a Dave and Buster's or something doing a walk and talk, you might see it. But what's interesting is if I made a video tomorrow saying, "Hey, here's that. What's that brand new version of like Galaga?" You guys know what I'm talking about. It
Oh,
just
the one from my arcade, the little handheld
no, no,
one.
no, 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 no. Like it just came out a couple of years ago. It's this huge monster
Yep.
Galaga. Like if I made a video to show that off to you, does that mean I'm forcing you to go buy that for your house, or does that mean I'm inspiring you to perhaps go to your arcade and play that game, right? Like, I think people are trying to twist things into a narrative that doesn't exist.
So you're
Um,
saying it's twisted gaming takes?
I don't know what you're trying to say, Mike, but that's the point I'm trying to make is if I make that content, it's to raise awareness for you to go check the stuff out.
So I'll tell you what's badass. I
Yeah.
didn't realize this. Like I'm not a big modern
Yeah.
arcade person, but like we have one place called the Rec Room. If you're in Canada, you know what it is. It's like our version of Dave and Buster's. I went there to check out to see if they changed their pinball machines, which they had.
Yep.
But I saw they made a modern Daytona there. So there's a modern Daytona. And I took a bunch of pictures of it. I was like, oh man, I should do a video on this because Daytona is awesome. So if I did that, do you think I'm telling people to go buy this $14,000 Daytona arcade?
Yeah, but that's how some people like to misconstrue things, in my opinion, just for dramatic effect. But let's get off that. I want to talk about some exciting stuff. We kind of hung on to that for too long. My apologies, viewers, but sometimes we're a
So negative.
community, we're a family, and sometimes we have issues, and you guys give us an open ear, and we're always willing to listen to your open ear as well. So talk about CES 2024. It's interesting that I just found out today. I had no idea about this, but B Kong called me on FaceTime. He's like, "Guess what, PDubs?" And I was like, "What's up, B? You having fun at the convention?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Toy Shock is actually at CES, and they're showing off the exact same products that they've had the last couple of years. So it's interesting that they're still around. In my opinion, the reason they're there is they're trying to find another distributor willing to sell their products in the United States because those tabletop pinballs only made it to Canada.
Yeah.
They never found someone to sell them in the United States. Hell, I think Walmart's still sitting on some of their Black Hole and Haunted House pinball machines in their inventory. But the smaller desktop ones never made it to the US. But apparently they're still there. Apparently they're still trying to make that happen.
So I remember when they put the stuff to Canada, I think they were resource locked at the time. All the units went to Canada, and then they didn't have any units for the US. They didn't have the ability to make any more to meet the US market. So I guess now they do have the ability, and they're trying to find a retailer. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they're still around. I mean, I haven't heard from them in years. I haven't talked to them in years, so didn't know. We're going to talk about New Wave Toys, Charlie Chuck. Don't worry about that. Um, was it B or was it Console Kits put up a quick YouTube short of their booth? Let's find out. I think it was Console Kits. Hopefully those guys are going to call in. It would be great if they did. But let's take a peek here. So let me just share the screen. That way our viewers get a little something extra. So this is on Console Kit's channel. And as you can see here, he did a quick YouTube short and it's the same thing that they are selling in Canada, right? The little
Yeah.
tabletops, comes with what, 10, 11, 12 Gottlieb games or do these come with 18? Do these come with the full thing? I can't remember. Um but either way, they're showing these off. They're hoping somebody out there is willing to sell these in the United States. If these come out at a competitive price, is there anyone out there who's even interested in these? Let me know in the live chat, guys, what you think about that. Um, I mean, I think that At Games kind of killed this opportunity for a lot of companies by doing the Legends Pinball Micro and giving you a machine that you can expand on
Yeah.
with multiple screens. So I don't know how well this would do, but then again, if it comes in at a cheaper price, maybe someone will be interested in it.
Well, you remember at one point the brick had them listed at $199 for the Toy Shock, whatever it is, the tabletop version. I mean, for $199 Canadian, I almost pulled the trigger, but I was just like, what am I going to do with it? And I had just got the Legends Pinball Micro too, so I couldn't even justify $200.
Yeah. But I still have my pinball micro. It's right here next to me. It's on this side of my desk now. You guys can't see it. It's off camera. I still have it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it because when I do my big move downstairs, I'm also gonna be remodeling this office, and I don't know if I'll even have room for this thing in here anymore. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I mean, I'll have multiple. I'll have the big one and the Adams Family one. So do I really need the little one? I might not. You know what I mean? I
Well,
might have I might sell it because honestly, because I don't know if I'll use it at that point.
like I've got a little daughter. I mean, it was perfect. I put the old Ackham's legs on it, put it in her room. She loves it.
That's right. And does she still play it from time to
Oh
time?
yeah, she'll be like, "Can you come in and turn on my pinball?" And then I'll turn on the Spooky Deluxe, and she said, "No, that one's scary. Turn on another one."
Oh, that's pretty funny, man. So hang on a second. I just gotta save something here. So, but yeah, we'll see. Charlie Chuck says he saw it in person, pure garbage. I think he's talking about the Toy Shock stuff.
Yeah, would have been on
Uh,
display at the Brick.
Pitbull, you want my pinball micro? Are you sure, man? You let me know. Hey, did you ever pick up that Pac-Man pinball machine? Let me know, buddy. So you guys remember last year, one of the 80s pins that I was targeting was a Pac-Man pinball machine, right? And there's one for sale right near Pitbull. And I told Pitbull, because Pitbull, I believe, is in Pennsylvania. I told him, I said, dude, go pick it up and buy it and then hold on to it and I'll buy it from you. You know what I mean? And I've been waiting for him to tell me he picked it up. I'll have it picked up at his house. Because sometimes when you buy stuff online, like big purchases like that, man, guys, like there's a lot of scam artists out there.
Oh yeah.
Being part of like the pinball Facebook groups and stuff, you find out real quick if someone is a scam artist for these pinball machines. Um, just trying to steal people's money and stuff. And speaking of pinballs, so we got something interesting, and it's okay to talk about this stuff tonight because A, it's on a different channel. B, Super Game Room dudes, just a heads up, guys. We're gonna be really diving into the Retroid Pocket 4 tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Retroid Pocket 4's got a pretty big following behind it. Hell, Nostalgia put out a video about it yesterday. His video's got over 20,000 views in a day.
Nostalgia's back, baby.
Yeah. So, whatchamacallit, so because of that, obviously there's a big audience for that. So we're gonna do live gameplay testing of the Retroid Rocket. It's gonna take up a big chunk of the show tomorrow, so just a heads up. Let's go ahead and I thought B Kong just popped in. It looks like he tried to join, but then he left. So my apologies for that, guys. So we might have the guys at CES join us live right now. What's going on, man?
What's going on?
Hey,
I
we
tried
can
to
hear
put on my
you.
audio, but I couldn't hear you guys. Can you guys hear me okay?
Oh yeah, you sound
It's
great.
just default phone audio, So,
Are you
what's
having
going
fun?
on? Got the Jaws, got Mr. Console Kits.
What up, console kits?
What's going on? Hello, hello. He's probably listening on the back end. Trying to just do some last minute content. What are you guys talking about? What do you guys want to know about?
Well, just tell us what's the best thing you've seen at CES this year
The
so
best
far.
thing that we've seen at CES. Well, CES is a multi-level location that takes miles and miles to walk around everything. Here is the My Arcade booth for folks that might be interested in the My Arcade stuff. Some cool announcements with the pole position. That's pretty cool. And a really cool joystick. But I mean, Stern is definitely one of the highlights for me. Best VR shooter of all time was Godzilla VR. That was so amazing. I posted a short about it. It was really
Oh,
cool.
really?
Dave and Buster's around one. They're gonna get a really good machine pretty soon.
So you're
Oh,
telling people they have to go buy a $20,000 new arcade machine? That's typical, B.
Yes, it's not even 20,000. It's the low price of 45,000 that you can play VR Godzilla. But think about this. I've been going to Dave and Buster's recently. It was like in 30 years, all those machines will be somewhere. You could probably own one of those big Dave and Buster's machines in 30 years from now. So when we're all
yeah.
old and gray and wanting to play VR games. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it'll be on Facebook Marketplace in 30 years.
yes, exactly. All right, here's all the Jaw stuff. I'm just gonna walk you past the booth. No, this is
Yeah.
probably the highlight for those people.
Oh yeah,
At
look
least
at
for me. Yeah, let me turn
Would you,
the camera around so that way you guys don't have to see my mug. Yeah.
yeah.
Give me a second.
Dude, was that Joe Rogan who just walked by?
All right.
All right, that looks pretty cool. Hey, look, the shark
This
ate
guy.
the ball. Don't tell the pinball community; they'll get mad. There's Quint. Quint looking good.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's all the coverage there. My
yeah.
reception might get bad, but I'll walk over to the toy shop booth for fun.
Oh, we already show that off. You don't have to show that off.
Oh, you did? You don't want to see some Toy Shock stuff? There's like
No,
roller
but
coaster VR.
hey,
I
do me
mean,
a
what else do you
favor.
guys want to see?
Do me a favor. Go to the Bandai Namco booth and let's
Okay.
show it. And if Console Kits is still with you,
Okay.
would love
You
for
want to
him to
see
tell
that bowling
the
game?
Yeah, the bowling game.
All right.
So
Let's go find them. You guys want to meet Chris
so-
Kiska? Chris, do you want to say hello for a second? This is the owner of the Jaws paraphernalia. He owns all of these world's largest Jaws collection, and he's an official bodyguard.
That's awesome.
So Chris, right now, there's 150 people watching you right now. What can you say about your Jaws collection?
What can I say about my Jaws collection?
Yeah.
It goes perfect with the Jaws pinball machine.
Yeah. Did you say you had some like influence on the machine? You're the person that asked Stern to make
I'm the
this?
one that always wanted.
He's the person. This is the reason why Jaws exists, is because of Chris Kiska. So
I don't know about that. Stern had a lot to do with it.
yeah, they scan your barrel, right? The barrel on the limited edition. This is the barrel they scan. So Chris had a lot to do with it.
All the machines, all the positive.
On the machines too? Oh, those
The
ones
little
too?
barrels that are inside.
Cool. Any other secret things you
wow.
can say about Jaws that you don't know about yet? That you know?
I can't give away any
things? I tried. I had to. Okay. All right.
So
Thanks.
I got a quick question,
Jaws
B.
fans are going to be really happy with it.
You have a question for him? Okay.
Yeah. So you're the biggest Jaws collector in the world. Are you going to get all three of these pinball machines?
Yeah. So which machine are you getting?
What?
But he's asking, are you getting all three of them?
Of course, I need all three because I got the largest collection.
Oh yes. So yes.
And I'm going for the Guinness Book of World Records.
Okay. You're gonna get. So you're literally gonna get all three machines. You already have them.
I have to.
He has to. All right.
Yeah,
Confirmed.
do
He
it.
will have. I loved his business card, by the way. I'll show it to you guys later, but it's
Yeah.
cool. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. Thanks.
He looks
That
like
dude
a
is
shark
awesome.
hunter.
So cool.
So for the
Let me
viewers,
go find Justin and we'll go to the thing.
Yeah. So for the viewers, a few months ago, Justin and I had did a live stream where we were watching the captain's auction,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
they had this classic bowling game that Justin and I thought was really cool, but it was ancient though. I think it was like from the 70s or 60s. Like it was this old ass bowling game
For me, it
at
was
the
like,
auction.
I don't.
And yeah, so we said, wouldn't it be cool if they made a modern version of this? And Bandai Namco is like, so we're gonna head over there now. You guys gotta check this thing out. Hopefully the signal will last.
Is it okay? You guys can still hear me and see me okay?
We can
It's
hear
like-
you okay. It's getting a little fuzzy on the stream, but it's okay.
I'm sorry, but it's past near 6 o'clock and they've already shut down the machines already. So, there's about 200 people waiting for us to see this right now. But that's okay.
What-
But we can come back
what-
and make some stuff.
My
All
God,
right.
B, what's that giant Miss Pac-Man? Is it just an original?
What is that
can?
giant Miss Pac-Man? It's not just a Miss Pac-Man. It's a class of 81 Miss Pac-Man machine. This is the
Boo!
deluxe
Boo!
Pro edition you've always wanted. Is it not?
Boo!
No?
Yeah, and that's a pixel bash with a fridge in it, which is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yes.
The bottle.
With the fridge. Oh, don't forget the coin door.
And
The coin door is there. And the cup holder. Yes. Exactly.
But can you show off the bowling game? I forget the name of this one. What are they called?
All right. So this is I think it's the Bolorama, right? Has trackball. It had a mic here earlier today. You want to talk to some people from the Bandai
Yeah.
Namco booth? You want to ask some questions to them?
Well, yeah. Just
All right, let's do it.
have someone tell us what it's all about. Too bad they turned the
Okay.
machine off.
All right. Let's real fast. All right.
I got really maybe you could ask him to please turn one back on real quick. We tell him we have thousands. Tell him we have about 18,000
Would
people
anybody
watching
be
right
interested
now.
in telling about a couple thousand YouTube folks that are watching about this cabinet? Yeah. So we have 200 people live right now, and we're on this channel called PDubs Arcade Law.
okay.
And so if you
2,000
are-
2,000 people watching.
All right, Steve with Bandai Namco, can you tell us about this Bolorama?
So it's a 4-player
Okay.
casual bowling game. And also is a high-powered Bluetooth speaker. Got a 12-inch subwoofer, 2 high-end speakers on the top. You can Bluetooth your own songs to it. Comes with a Bluetooth microphone as well, so you can do karaoke. 1/4-inch jack, you can even plug in a guitar and use it as a guitar.
Nice. I think.
Really high-end finish. Comes fully assembled.
Yeah.
Built in the U.S. We build in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And comes again fully assembled. Just take it out of the box, plug it in. And start bowling.
Is it just the one bowling game on here?
Yeah, it's all revolves around bowling, but there's 6 different games all revolving around.
6 different types of bowling
Still
games.
different types of bowling games. Yeah, one you get cards, so you can play poker or blackjack with your as you get spares and strikes.
All right. Cool. Any other things you guys want to know?
Tell him we have 2,000 people watching, and they would love for him to turn it on for 3 minutes just to show
Yeah,
them.
you guys shutting down for today? About to go out to dinner?
Yeah, we got to run out with some customers and come to dinner, but we'll be here tomorrow, ready to go. So it's a bowl.
All right.
Almost. Just about. All right, so they shut down about 5 minutes early. That's okay. Sorry.
All
Next
right.
time, tomorrow we'll be back. But
All right.
so
Well-
nice trackball. Got some karaoke. We should have came here
Yeah.
first. You know.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry,
right.
guys. Sorry, viewers. Trust me, I thought it looked awesome. I can't wait to play that at an arcade. I thought it looked pretty cool.
Okay, let's get into the final. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. All right. If you wanted to, can you tell people how much this costs really fast?
So it's $41.95.
For the low price, the $41.95. Many of these folks like buy home arcades for like the $400, $500 you're talking about, but
It's time to upgrade.
see, that's what he's trying to say. He said, he said everybody,
You don't want to
go big or go home.
put that tool case away. It's already assembled. Go to pacmancave.com. Google it. Pacmancave.com.
Yeah.
Jukebox
If you
Bolorama.
tell him that James sent you, he will personally send you a Pac-Man lanyard as well too.
You got it.
Nice.
Appreciate
All
it.
right. See ya.
Thanks so much.
All right, bye team. All
That's
right,
awesome.
they're off and about. But there's the team one last time. Any last things you guys want to see? We're about to run out of battery, so
We want to see console kits beard. We need to take a look
what's
at
that?
this. Now
I want
look.
to see your beard up close and
All right.
personal.
All right. Well, okay. So, all right. Growing in nicely.
Yes. Here's my good friend Crystal. Hey, say hi.
Hi, Crystal.
Crystal's awesome. So huge
Yeah.
fan of stuff. And then there's the Fox. Fox.
Who
any
is
questions,
she?
people?
Who is she? Tell us more.
You want? Oh, Crystal, do you want to be on camera?
I'm okay.
You're okay? People want to know who you are. Yeah? She's
can't
probably the
just put
biggest
somebody
fan
on
of stuff
camera.
that I know. You have arcades in your house. Do you have any Geo?
Yes.
Yes? What other arcades do you have?
Wow.
I have an old school Pac-Man that's a flat table.
Okay.
And it's just Pac-Man.
Yes.
It's not a fancy thing. Like
Not a fancy thing. She's a collector of things,
She's
I would
what
say.
we call a legit arcade owner.
Yes. Yeah, she's upgraded to the next level. She's gotten the real stuff. So, all right, we're going to let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your show.
Okay, man.
Talk to you
See
guys later.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Have fun. All right, there you guys go. Nice of them to call in and give us a little tour. So that bowling game, it's like a virtual bowling game, and you roll the trackball, but it looks like the ball's actually moving. Like the way they have it set up, it looked really cool when they called me on their lunch break earlier, Mike, and they showed it to me. I was really hoping we could show it to the audience. That looks like a fun game that I would spend a few bucks on at the arcade. But speaking of spending a few bucks, Mike, what is happening here with New Wave Toys? So Shiloh drops this a couple of days ago. He said all the information's going to come out in a few days. I've been like checking every day to see when this like reveal's coming out. Here's what we can confirm for you, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever this is not the partnership item that he's working on with Glenn's Retro Show with GRS. This is not it. So whatever they're doing with Glenn, which in my opinion is more larger arcade machines, that's going to be something completely different. This is a totally separate product line. And Mike, what do you think when you're looking at this? Is it going to be 3/4 scale pinball? Are they going to do 1-to-1 pinball? Are they doing 1/6 scale pinball? Are they doing virtual pinball? Is it going to be
Nope. I think the smart move would have been to do virtual pinball because they would have had a lot easier time with it. But these mad bastards are doing real pinball, in the 1/6 scale, and I am fascinated on how that's going to work.
Well, everyone in the live chat, do me a favor. Tell me, what kind of pinball do you want this to be from New Wave Toys? Do you want this to be like a 1/6, mini real pinball, a 1/6 mini virtual pinball? Do you want it to be like a 3/4 size real or virtual? Do you want it to just be like as big as the At Games Legends Ultimate? Let me know what you guys are wanting or hoping. Like, in my opinion, I don't know if Shiloh's going to do virtual pinball because, like, when we talked to him in Cleveland, he seemed against the idea of virtual pinball. He seemed to feel like he could make real pinball.
He's crazy. Dude's crazy.
But then again, let's remember, Shiloh loves the devil's lettuce. He loves the devil's lettuce, Mike. So who knows what's going through his mind. I want to see what the viewers say. Paul, he doesn't like pinball at all. He wants it to be a stand-up arcade. Charlie Chuck says, tough to do a reel in that size. Yeah, because the number one comment people say is, well, if it's a 1/6 scale real pinball, well, how many real pinball, like, you could go buy like these toys, like a toy pinball that's like this big. Does it have like real physics to it? No,
Well,
I mean, it's a toy that you just bang a ball around in.
Yeah.
If it's a tiny, tiny pinball, I would hope they do it virtual. You know what I mean? Like the size of like a Nintendo Switch pinball machine. You know what I mean? I would hope they would do it virtual. But if it's real pinball and it's so tiny, I don't know how enjoyable that's going to be. Janine says she thought it was a claw machine. I could see that. Looks like a PDubs era pin. Yeah, you guys know I do like classic pinball.
I don't think you like it this classic.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is looking really EM style, like really, really old school. A lot of people are assuming it's Gottlieb. I've seen that going around the community, which is nice.
Jason actually shared a picture with me as well. He said that it was actually, what is it? Jason, I don't know if you want to throw that up there, but Jason had an idea on what it was. So I don't know. He'd have to share it. I can't remember the name now. I'll go back and see if I can find it.
No, I don't see it in the chat here. He shared it in the chat?
No, he shared it with me personally.
Yeah.
And how about Glenn having that inside knowledge? It's almost like he's some sort of Illuminati or something.
Yeah. Yeah, Glenn, even though this isn't the Glenn project.
Yeah.
Because he has a close relationship with New Wave Toys, he obviously knows what this is. And I saw he put a post up saying he's enjoyed watching all the guesses. And obviously he can't make any guesses because he knows what it is. So it's not a pinball machine, it's a gumball machine. Man, I hope they don't rickroll people like that.
No, it's 100% pinball. Like I remember talking to Eduardo about it, and it's going to be hard to do. I don't know how they did it. I say that, you know what, they're mad bastards for a reason, because exactly like how much research and development went into this, because they're not going to release something that feels dinky and junky. Like they're going to make a product and they're going to make it look and feel as real as possible. So I don't know what they're doing here, but this is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with a little. Now, if this pinball machine is less than $300, guys, are we allowed to talk about it on our channels? No, I'm just kidding. If it's a mini pin, I don't know how much they're going to charge for it, but
$2,000.
I'm very interested. So sure enough, when this came out, I sent an email to Shiloh over at New Wave Toys. I said, hey man, I just saw your teaser post. I said, my eyebrows went up and I'm intrigued. What is it? Just try to get it out of him. You know what I mean? And I have no pull over there, but I figured, hey, I'll throw it out there. Maybe Shiloh will be on the devil's lettuce. Maybe he'll just tell me, like boldly tell me, and not realize that I would share it. And Shiloh said, I can't tell you, P-dubs, but you're going to find out in just a few days about this. And here's what he said, Mike. This whole new product line. If there's one thing that's interesting about New Wave Toys is they've gone from just the replicades to they have the vending line, vending line, the Replicades. They're doing the animatronic line, which is like the Zoltars. And whenever Zoltar comes out, there'll be something after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is going to be, he said line. So it sounds like there's going to be more than one of these, whatever these pinball machines are. We just don't know how big is it, how much does it cost, and is it real, and is it virtual? So we'll have to see what happens, man.
Can I share something here now?
Yep. As long as it's appropriate for streaming.
Oh, it's totally not. So here's a look at an old Gottlieb table. Like, this is what everybody was showing. So this is the Jason sent this over. It's in the chat.
Yeah.
You can take a look. Gottlieb, they had these big frames around the outside. The body is more rigid compared to modern pinball, which is more slanted. I think this is like an early 80s pin. That's my guess.
Yeah. Makes sense.
My mouse is dead. You can take that down now. Hold on. There we go.
All right, there we go. Sorry, my wife just texted me. She's like, I'm so tired. Well, she got on like a 5 a.m. flight, dude. So,
Yeesh.
yeah, she was up at like 3:30. Had to go to the airport and all that. So, can it be both rigid and slanted? I'm late to the Guitar Hero party, even though I don't remotely care. Yeah, no Guitar Hero got
There's
revealed.
no Guitar Hero. Arcade One Up will never make a Guitar Hero. You can put it in the bank.
Yeah, a little mini black hole pinball. I mean, I always have loved the black hole pinball.
I love black
art.
hole.
The game is fun, as well as the artwork. The artwork. I love that bright blue and white artwork.
Yeah.
It just pops. So
I would love to know how licensing in pinball works, because the Gottlieb tables seem pretty easy to license. They always have. So it would make sense that it would be Gottlieb. Bally Williams is a little bit more complicated. So I know I saw some people saying, oh man, imagine it's Kiss Pinball. And it could be. I mean, Kiss Pinball had a similar look as well to the old Gottlieb machines. But I mean, that's a licensing nightmare. That's a big money. I mean, you got to pay Gene Simmons, plus you got to pay Bally Williams, whoever owns the rights and licenses there. So,
yeah, I concur. I agree, Mike. I agree. But you know what's interesting is My Arcade. So My Arcade is a company who I've never been a big fan of, because the $20 handhelds and micro arcade machines, really, it was not the best stuff. Over the years, they've slowly improved, going from console ROMs to real arcade ROMs. Like, they've improved it a little bit, but they're actually coming out with some interesting stuff. That Game Station, some people don't like it, but it seems like for the most part, it's been well received. The new Atari Game Station. Which is like what, $70 at your local Costco. Go pick one up. But now they got all this other stuff coming out in 2024, and the question is, and here's for the live chat guys: do you guys actually think that My Arcade is going to be what you might call a player in your retro gaming needs, your home arcades, your space? Our good buddy 19K Fox did a wonderful tour of their booth. They had a very impressive booth at CES. You definitely could tell they went all out. Whereas if At Games was there, they would just have 4 sticks with an At Games flag in it, and that's it. That would be their entire booth. But they actually put a lot of money into this. And now these things here, again, these things still don't interest me. You know,
those down there, the bigger ones.
Yeah, the little ones, they don't interest me, but the larger one does, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you remember when they teased a pic and people were like, "Oh my God, they're making a 3/4 scale arcade," but we could tell just from the size of the buttons and the joystick, it was more of a tabletop machine.
Yeah.
So they got the new tabletop coming out and it actually looks to be a pretty damn big size. I know Gen X grown up, who you hate, by the way.
I just talked to him on Twitter the other day. I shouted him out in my video and told people to go talk to him. Why do you keep bringing this up?
Because I just want to start this fake feud between you and Gen X grown up. But what about these tabletop arcade machines that that whatchamacallit, that they're coming out with. Like, it's actually a decent size in my opinion for a bar top tabletop machine. This Atari 50th that they're coming out with. I mean, take a look at that, man. What do you think about
It
this
has a
thing?
16 by 9 screen.
I can't tell with the glare, but let's see.
A
Oh, there it is
100%.
right. There it is right there.
And it has a 16 by 9 screen, which is going to look great for playing those
Yeah.
vertically oriented games on this.
Yeah. So I hear Gen X gamer hates pinball and Canadian accents. Well, there you go, Michael B.
I will bring up the message. He wrote me the other day and he said,
All
"Thanks
right.
for the shout out. We should collab sometime." And I said, "Sounds good, man."
No, Mike. Michael B. You'll
I will
never see
show you the message.
you will never see Gen X grown up on Michael B.'s channel because Michael
He
B.
was
is
on my channel, my last
Michael
video.
B. Michael B. Admit it. You are a Gen X grown up hater, whereas I am a Gen X grown up fanboy. Everyone knows we're just busting balls here, but yeah, here you go. 10.1 inch screen, all that stuff. Like this actually looks okay to me. Like, you know, hey, they're trying. They're trying.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it's got wood seems like they're moving in a better direction. Good for them. I mean, still, it's not something that super interests me, but if you're getting this at a lower price point, it provides some nostalgia, so you feel like you're playing the real thing. Like you can suspend that disbelief. You're not paying, $600-700 for an arcade one-up product. You get the same feeling for cheaper. Sure, great. I mean, it's not for me, but I can certainly see why some people be interested in it. I mean, like the handheld and stuff. I don't get that. Does anybody want to play classic Atari arcade games on a handheld? I guess so. They sold enough that they made a bigger version of it. Maybe the classic, Atari 2600, 5200, 7800 games, but I don't know. It just doesn't fully jive for me. But yeah, definitely improved product compared to what we've seen in the past.
Yeah. So it's nice to see that they're improving and that it's not just a bunch of $20 cheap things that look cute on a shelf. I mean, they're actually making some stuff that you can play, in my opinion. Am I going to be become a big My Arcade super fan? Probably not, but I mean, I will acknowledge the fact that they're improving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But of all these products, the only one that interested me was that large mega size bar top. That's the only one that interested me out of these. Although a lot of people are telling me that if I want to actually get into Atari consoles, I should try the Game Station Plus or Game Station Pro here.
I had Glenn on my show the other night. He's not a very big fan of it because he just doesn't like the look. They've got the new retro modern one with some Atari branding. But Detroit Love likes it. Everybody else likes it. So,
Detroit Love loves his, man. He loves his. Look at that handsome fox there, man. Holy cow!
It's almost unfair. It's like he sets up an impossible standard for the rest of us.
The rest of us who need to sit on chairs with 400-pound weight limits. I guarantee you 19K Fox doesn't have a chair with a 400-pound weight limit. Isn't that funny, Mike? Isn't that funny? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's good to see what they're doing, man. It's good to see what they're doing. We'll keep our eyes on it, report on it as we always do, but I'm not going to all of a sudden jump in and be like, oh my God, it's great. But out of everything they showed, the only one that interested me really was that larger tabletop arcade. That's the only one. Is the VCS a dead product? Well, I know mine is. I got a brick here in the closet. I got one that never turned on.
They're still available to buy, and they're still trying to release stuff for it, but it's not a lot of uptake. It was promised originally to be a new system, and it wasn't what everybody thought it was. Like it's an Android box, like mini computer, basically is what you're getting. So it's not a new console.
So one thing that was disappointing to see was Arcade 1-Up not going to this convention. When you're looking at a company that's struggling financially, changing owners, changing leadership, it's kind of expected that they'll cancel public appearances to save money and rebuild the company and all that jazz. Like, I get it why they weren't there, but You know what would have been nice, and I think they could have at least done this, is do what they did last year and at least do a virtual thing. I mean, at least last year they announced, I think it was 4 cabs. Like their big CS announcement
No,
was
they
4.
were physically there last year. They
They
had
was it, or was
they
that
had a
the year
room in the
before?
hotel. The year before they did it wasn't even a virtual thing. Well, it kind of
Yeah.
was. They did a press junket where they had a virtual meeting for all the people in the press. So they sent out like all this press stuff.
Oh, well, still, that's not that exciting. Like, I'm like, you don't have one machine scheduled to come out this year to show off, at least one machine, like give people something, you know what I mean? And nothing, man, nothing. Nothing but crickets going on over there. So
I think they're trying to change up what they're doing. I mean, they just released a bunch of cabs like late quarter 3, and maybe they're trying to hold off and try to sell some of those before they try to go back to the retailers and say, "Hey, please buy, $80 million more stock."
So what's funny is that you made a video about that press release.
Yeah.
What's funny about that press release is I had done a video like 5 months ago saying, "Is Arcade One Up going to be sold in 2024?" You remember that?
Yeah, sure.
And the press release, in my opinion, was an announcement saying, "Hey, we've turned the ship around. People are still interested in these things. Someone please buy this company off of us." That's what it honestly felt like to me.
That was
when I was
that was the same thing Justin, Fox, we're all saying in the chat too. That's maybe that's what it is. I have no idea. I thought it was some positive news that they're moving in a good direction. There might be some negative from it too. I talked about it and unpacked it. If last year was really successful, they did a lot of stuff and we in the community didn't like last year. So if that is their path to success going forward, I think we're going to lose a lot more interest in the community because I think it's going to be more of the same kind of what they did last year.
It honestly just felt like Kokum and the investment group who runs Arcade One Up now, it honestly just felt like they were saying, just so you people know, people are still buying this stuff. Someone please buy this company off our hands that we invested in. That honestly was the vibe I got. So if other people voice that, I agree with you. That was the vibe I got. And we could be wrong. They could literally just be beating their chests, bragging, saying, "Hey, we're doing okay, and nothing's going to change."
Cyrus just got a promotion too. I don't know if you saw that.
No, what?
Cyrus is now John's old job, the senior VP of licensing.
Moving on. Congratulations to Cyrus on securing that. He's just a baby. Like when I look at him, my son is like the same age as him, and it just feels like
I think it's a strategic move. Like if you go into a meeting with the higher ups at Konami and you're like, "Yeah, we want to license your product," but your title dictates that you're a junior employee, they're not going to respect you. So it makes sense to give him a title if he's going to be doing the job that will have some weight with these companies compared to him going in there and he's like, "Hi, I'm Cyrus. I'm a temp."
Well, I guess so. I mean, good for him, man. I mean, I'm not going to shit on anyone's success like that. If he got a good gig and all that, hopefully he does well. But it comes as a shock,
Well, hopefully it's positive news and hopefully they do some cool stuff. And if not, well, whatever. It's not like we don't have other stuff to buy.
So some of their marketing videos have been pretty
horrible.
Pretty
and in that press release, they were like, "We really want to compliment our marketing." And I was like, "What?"
So, have you seen Arcade One Up's Instagram videos where they're like taking their Infinity game board to department stores?
Oh no, I haven't seen the department store.
Well, they also took it to Hogwarts too.
Yeah,
but you didn't see the department store one. So do you know how like YouTubers go and they film pranks in department stores? How much you want to bet that Walmart security like came up to them and was like, "WTF, what are you doing in here? Stop screwing around." Cyrus was like rolling around on the floor. Did you see it?
No, I did not see that.
gotta find it. It's so funny. But he's doing this whole, he's walking down the board game aisle and he sees all these board games. And he's like, what did he say? He's like, oh man, I'd buy some of these games, but I have to clean everything up afterwards. And then he looks on the shelf, and this store does not carry Infinity game tables, but they planted an Infinity game table on like a Walmart store shelf. And he grabbed it. He's like, oh, this is great. He's like doing cartwheels in the aisle. Did you see this shit?
No, I did not see
Oh
that.
man. I gotta find it. Oh man, I gotta find it. Hold on. Oh, it was bad. Oh, but yeah, the one where they're on the train to Hogwarts was pretty funny. Like that's what they do when they're on vacation, I guess. All right, so here we go. Let's present this. Share screen, entire screen. Share. So oh wait, hold on. That's not the right one. Play it again. Play it again.
Was that DMAC?
I don't know who that was. Yeah, that's,
That's
D-Mac.
DMAC. Yeah.
Yeah, he's sitting there. They're screwing her out. they're making a mess in the freaking store. How much you want to bet that? I bet they got kicked out.
I'm going to say something.
That's one of
It's
them.
the Infinity game table. They can do whatever they want with that. I have one, and I don't give a shit about it. So you've got a bunch, and this is probably not going to be favorable, but you got a bunch of 20-year-olds that are trying to sell retro games to people. I don't know. Does it make sense? I don't know.
He's spilling shit all over the floor. He randomly finds this game table and walks away with it. Oh, we all love board games, but we don't like the clutter. Oh, man.
I know. That's why most people bought an iPad, and they play them on that.
All right. But at least this is a little bit better than the shitty
holiday sales.
The shitty holiday sales videos that it literally looked like Cyrus was in a prison cell in some in some asylum, and he lined up 4 arcade machines, like no windows, like
the lighting was terrible, the picture quality was terrible.
And the dude's like, I got a great idea, Cyrus. Let's put our phone on the floor because we don't have a tripod. We're going to put our phone on the floor and have it pointed up at you. It was terrible.
All they had to do was go on Amazon. You can buy a set of lights for like $30. Buy a tripod for $30. And like it would have looked like at least they had some concept of what they were doing.
Yeah, but still, man, I don't know what's going to happen over there. We'll see. I mean, the last thing I want to see is for them to go out of business. If they sell it to somebody and whoever buys it decides to continue innovating and moving that brand forward, I would be totally okay with that. If they, but I'd hate for them to go out of business because you don't want any of these companies. We want options. We want options, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good thing for anybody in the space to go out. Yeah. It wasn't good that iArcade left. It wouldn't be good if anybody else left. I don't think they're going in that direction. Again, just because we don't like what they're doing doesn't mean it isn't profitable. They said they had exceeded sales expectations. Darren Kane was in the chat. He made a really good point. Just because they moved units out doesn't mean that they necessarily were profitable. So it would be interesting to actually see what the numbers were instead of just the numbers of inventory that went out. How much of that actually brought a profit back? Because a lot of times with Arcade One Up, like when the stores discount items, they have contracts that relate to them having to reimburse the distributor for the money that went out. So I'd be interested in that. But it does look, according to that article, like they feel they're in a better financial position. It might be bluff, like you said, to sell the company, but hopefully it's not. Hopefully it is a move in the right direction, and we'll get some cool shit next year. We'll see. Hopefully some XLs at least. My God.
Well, it goes to show you how people are willing to buy these products
if they're at the right price.
Yeah. If they're at the right price. So, them knocking, and what's funny too is like whenever these deals came out, a lot of us were like, that's not big enough savings. You know what I mean? Like people were expecting Black Friday and stuff to be like 50% off when really
Oh
there
no,
was what?
it was never going to be that.
It was like 20, 25%.
25% off. Yeah.
Yeah. But still, man, that 25% off, apparently
Big chunk. Yep.
they sold a shit ton of inventory. But here's the question and I don't know the behind the scenes. I don't know the economics behind it. When they sell stuff at a discounted price, do they lose out on money? You know what I mean? Just because they whatchamacallit, just because they um sold a bunch of stuff, but they sold it for less than retail price, are they still in the hole? You know what I mean? Like that's a question that I don't think I'll ever be able to answer. Paul Mitterman says that MKXL would sell 10,000 units. There you go.
You would think that would be common sense that they could go to Costco or another club store and be like, hey, we're going to sell an XXL. But then you also have to assume that the people at Costco aren't idiots and won't ask Arcade One Up to do something even stupider. So we'll see.
I concur, my friend. I concur. So whatchamacallit, I do want to make this we've been going an hour. I'd like to wrap things up here, but overall, guys, in the live chat, there's a lot of cool stuff. Not just the stuff that we showed you. We only had time to show you some stuff from My Arcade, Toy Shock, Jaws from Stern. Like, what'd you guys think of CES 2024? Was there anything else that excited you? Let us know in the live chat. One thing that I really enjoyed was the boys posted a video. Yeah, I think it was another short on one of their channels where they all got to sit in a truck simulator together. And what was interesting about that was that kind of driving rig. Have you seen like these streamers, Mike, that build these big driving rigs to play these truck driving games? It's crazy. But it looked cool. Like all three of them were sitting in this like pickup truck thing, and it was pretty cool, man.
That seems like something Nostalgia would build.
Yeah, man. Anyway, my dudes. So what else we got going on? We have we are going to do Super Gamer and Dudes tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of content about the Retroid Pocket 4. Even if you're not interested in this handheld, or don't know what we're talking about or what it is, make sure you still tune into the show tomorrow, because this is probably one of the next hottest handhelds coming out on the market. There are lots and lots of people super interested and excited about this product.
Nostalgia's really excited to show you what's in his pocket.
Yeah. And, like I said, Nostalgia put out a video yesterday, over 20,000 views in less than a day. So I invite you to tune in, and we're going to have it like right on a table live. We're going to be showing how it runs GameCube and Switch games and all that stuff. Like we're going to have it all set up for you and do some demonstrations. Not Switch, GameCube, PS2, I forget what else. A lot of cool stuff. So I invite you guys to tune into Super Game Room Dudes for that. I am home alone with my arcades, Mike. So
why didn't you tell me I had some rib on my face this whole time?
Oh, I didn't know what that was.
That was rib.
And I'll be catching up on some YouTube content since the family's out of town. So I'm looking forward to banging out some videos this weekend. So
making some. I thought you said you were going to watch YouTube. I was like, why would you do that?
No, I'm going to make some YouTube stuff. There you guys go. All right. So guys, make sure you subscribe to Michael B. Do me a favor. I'm going to put this in the live chat because I'm a nice guy. Don't go anywhere yet. Geez, so sometimes what if people want to like have people redirect their show? Oh, they postponed it till next week. Oh, I was going to send people to that gaming show. They were going to do a community show, but they rescheduled it for next week.
Yeah. So who was it? Corner Kate asked me to be on a show Tuesday, and I told him no because he was going to go live the same time as that gaming show. And then I watched later on and found out Shotgun Sham was without power, so they canceled the show. And then they were going to do it tonight, but I guess they decided not to do it again.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, well, that stinks. Because they were doing a community show where they like play games with everybody and all that stuff.
That's too bad. That's really worth watching. Unfortunately, after this show, there is nothing worth watching coming on. So everybody leave YouTube and just go about your business.
Mike, you're a terrible human being. There you go. All right. So I don't know if these guys have a redirect set up, but there you go. Arcade Talk is on. You can head over there, tell them we said hi, and
No, don't do that. Fuck them.
Mike, oh my God, Mike, you're the worst. All right, guys, do me a favor, give us a thumbs up on the way out. We'll see you on Super Game Room Dudes tomorrow, and my family's gone. I'm home alone with my arcades. Get ready. I'm going to blow up your YouTube feeds all weekend. It's going to be great. We'll talk to you real soon. Okay, thanks, Kay. Bye.